Hi and welcome to CX Today. I'm Rhys Fisher, Deputy Editor, and I'm delighted to be joined by Thor Mitskog, President of Cyber Acoustics. Today we're going to be discussing the role of acoustic technology in the modern contact centre. Thor, thank you so much for joining me. How are you doing today?
Very good. Thank you for having me here today.
No, it's always a pleasure. So we'll jump straight in with the first question to you. At Cyber Acoustics, when it comes to your contact center products, your main offerings are the agent headsets. Could you maybe start by just telling us a little bit about the importance of having the right type of headset for your contact center needs?
Rhys, that's a great question, and I've asked that to several of my call center team members, and the one comment that I've gotten from several procurement organizations within the BPO space over the years is the the importance of a good headset in the call center space is kind of like having tires on your car. They're critical for your car to operate is to have a good set of tires, and otherwise it's not functional. In the call center space, if you don't have a headset or a good headset, the agent is going to have they won't be able to speak, or they're going to have a difficulty problem listening to their client. So the importance of a good quality headset is key into how well that agent performs in their everyday duties, talking to their clients, customers. And that could be from durability, for how well it stands up within the call center space, and second, how it performs from eliminating background noise and some of the harsh, noisy environments, whether they're hybrid, work at home, or back in the office facilities when there's a lot of people around.
So leading on from that sort of noise cancellation feature of your headset, could you explain maybe how that works and a little bit more information on how that impacts the agent and the customer experience?
During the pandemic, the call center space changed uh, for better, but many challenges and problems were introduced with respect of the environment that the agents were working with. As you know, many people were working at home, and this introduced another set of external problems with respect to noises. It could be around farm animals. You could hear roosters crowing. You may have the baby at home and babies crying, or dogs barking, or lawnmowers, or for those people that were hybrid that went back into the office, very noisy. And we've seen a lot of operations team members took the liberties during the pandemic. They made changes to facilities where they introduced things that were more, I guess, fun to work in space, from concrete floors to a lot of glass, but all very bad for acoustics. So all these challenges now became the IT's headache of how IT person at the call center's headache of how do they address these background noises. So in having a tool that can eliminate all these background noise, it was critical. And what we stressed and strive to do is deliver acoustic headset options for our partners to eliminate all these new problems of background noise, which translates to improving the call clarity, a shorter call time, and overall improved customer satisfaction, which equates to a better call quality score for the contact center.
So within sort of the last month or so, you've released some new headsets. You've got the HS1500BT2 and the AC404 E and C. Could you talk me through some of the key features of those products?
Yes, absolutely. The 1500 BT-2 is our second generation of wireless Bluetooth headset. It's the follow-on to our previous gen, the 1500 BT, which was introduced in 2023. The headset, the original 1500 BT was a great headset. It was a very affordable Bluetooth headset that was used in call centers as well as back office, and was part of our training solution as well. what we did over the course of 23 and 24, as we do with all our products, is we get and take a lot of our customer interaction and feedback of what they don't like and what things are missing to further improve their everyday life. And so with the new 1500 BT-2, we started out with the comfort. So we went to a larger ear cup because wearing a headset for long periods of time, we want to make sure there's no additional stress and fatigue on the ears, because that translates into potentially lesser work performance. Second thing we did is we changed the ear coverings to a proprietary organic material, a leatherette covering, which actually provides a cooling effect. And it's designed to allow your ears not to sweat as much and again, be more comfortable for long periods of time. The most important feature we did is we leveraged our AI learning DSP, which was part of our mainstream call center family of headsets that we launched in 2024. We adopted that same DSP into the 1500 BT-2 to provide the best-in-class background noise suppression. And then there's several other features, some simple things which were quite useful, is like the headset can be operated in either wireless Bluetooth mode or USB via tethering it to the PC by USB cable, and that was an ask from customers. And then we've added several other and simplified the functionality on the connection. So that's really what the 1500 BT, all the changes have done, and we're quite excited about it. The 404 is the follow-on from our 304 family, which was our mainstream AI noise cancellation headset that we launched for call centers. We had a lot of call centers that said, look, our office people would like to have the 404, but they take the headset home with them, they put it in their backpack, they're a road warrior, they're traveling. And so do you have one that has a more ergonomic, travel-ready design? So we changed on the 404. We made some things on the mechanical. We made the ear cushions a little more comfortable for the office professional or professional on the go. We made a foldable design, made a very interesting inline control that has a magnetic feature that you can actually attach to your tabletop and desktop work area, where it's easy accessible, and it provides a more cleaner desktop arena. And then we use the same really soft flex, it's called a wax inline cable, which is really fun to touch, and it's very nice, elegant. But we also have the both dual USB-C and USB-A connectivity, which makes it work with any of some of these devices that only have one of those type connectors available. So we have that versatility built into that. And so those products we're very excited to introduce for our latest headsets.
Yeah, absolutely. And I see you've sort of touched on this perhaps a little bit with your previous answer, but is there any particular reason that you decided to release these products now? Are there any perhaps specific challenges or pain points that you've noticed in the sector that these products are addressing?
Yeah, so our product roadmaps are very fluid in the sense that based on the products that are already shipping today, we continuously to monitor and take feedback from our customers, what they don't like, what their things are missing. And so the 1500 BT-2 and 404 efforts started in the spring of 2024, where we were capturing data points of what customers didn't like or what were missing, and we started the effort. And so why they're launching now is because it takes a period of time to roll out new products. Sometimes it's simple fixes of 3 to 4 months. Sometimes it's upwards of 18 months. And so they just happen to be launching this time of year, not because it's a plan that we try to go to a cadence of shipping stuff in January and in June. It's whenever the product is ready to go roll out, that's when we roll it out. So.
Yeah, of course. So obviously, as we're talking, it's a very new product, so both of them are very new products. But is there any customer feedback that you can talk about that you've had so far, maybe from a testing phase or anything like that?
So both products are very new. They actually just went to production in December. So unfortunately, I don't have the feedback from the customers. But what I can tell you is the customers that are using the previous generations of the product, they love those products. They asked for these additional features in these new generations that are now just going to production. And so we're quite confident that the reception on these products will be very well received. And so that's our speculation, but we're highly confident because everything that our key customers have asked for is what we've rolled in. We had shared some initial samples. They've liked them, but nothing has been out in the field for full production yet because it's so new.
Yeah, completely understandable. So just finally here, we're at the beginning of 2025, so there is always the temptation to perhaps look at the trends that will perhaps shape the year ahead. Are there any contact center technologies that either you at Cyber Acoustics are looking at, or perhaps more generally in the contact center space, that you think will maybe make a big splash over the next year or so?
Yeah, sure. And I'll share some stuff that we're looking at, even though it's not uh, public yet. But I think everybody is in this space is looking at maybe similar technologies. Well, we know AI has opened a floodgate of technology to the market, impacting every business, and specifically to the contact center business. In our opinion, the new AI tools have streamlined the customer service experience and resulting in shortened call times, or in some sense eliminating some calls that have now transitioned to AI bot calls. What what we're doing as a business by and what we see on the horizon is the call centers are under uh, there's a lot more competition because it's kind of equal. All these technologies is kind of equalized the playing field, and so it's made more things efficient, and it's made the end client's ability to go negotiate better price points and things in terms from their contact center partners. Uh, it's made it better for their side, and so the tools that we're looking at is helping the call center reduce their overall OPEX. And one of the things is with agents, traditionally, agents, when they have finished a shift of calls for the day, they get scored and they get educated by their coach or their supervisor of what things that they can work to improve on. We, with our hardware in our ability, we've already started this effort and we'll be rolling it out this year, the ability to provide real-time feedback to the agent during the call to further improve the call and allow the agent to make adjustments to avoid having to be lectured or tutored by their supervisor at the end of the day because they've made these real-time adjustments, because they all want to do better, especially in some parts of the world for contact centers. Is they like to get praise where you did a good job, and so they having this real-time tool to provide these simple adjustments is going to be a blessing for many contact centers, because it reduces their cost and investment in having to train that agent further or tell them what they did wrong after the end of the day. That now can be freed up. The second thing that we're looking at to tie into our hardware is there's obviously there's a workforce or a pool of workforce out there that may be used today for the text function or some non-speaking function. And it's because they may have some stronger dialects within their region that they're in, whether they're in India or Philippines, and when they're talking in in let's just say English language to Western countries or Europe or U.S. or Americas, this dialect becomes stronger and it becomes more difficult maybe to understand during a call, and that's why that workforce is not employed for a particular, for a call. They're used for another service. What we are developing is a hardware tool that it's leveraged off of my senior engineering team that developed in the late 90s ability to adjust real time the dialect and reducing this language barrier and overall improving the call time with these agents that have these strong dialects. And for the contact center, those people traditionally have been viewed as a lower waged earner because of these abilities on their dialects. Now the contact center can employ this person as a speaking agent, and it gives the contact center another competitive edge. So these are two of the parts that we see on the horizon, and we have several others planned for 26, which are even further that will take and enhance the contact center experience. But these are the things that we see coming this year. We're really excited about, and can't wait to get them in our customers' hands.
Yeah, absolutely. No, those both sound really, really interesting. And like I said, I'm sure they will absolutely sort of revolutionize contact center space. So yeah, exciting to keep an eye out on those. And I think, yeah, that's a great place to end things. Thank you so much for joining me today, Thor. And thanks to our viewers for watching. If you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe to the channel and keep an eye on cxtoday.com for more stories like these. Until next time, thank you for watching.